What's up, y'all? My name is Daniel. My pronouns are they, them, and theirs. And in today's practice, we'll focus a little bit on connecting breath and movement, creating container for healing, and arriving in present space. Something that I've been kind of thinking about more recently is honoring the direction I'm headed versus striving for a destination, so to speak. I think oftentimes in this human life, when we get tied and attached to outcome or to a specific way of being, a specific um, destination on our path, we forget to return to the present moment. And so in this practice today, that's what we're going to be holding space for, this honoring of the present moment and dropping into the here and the now. So something that might be helpful as we move through physical space together is when we're navigating different shapes, focusing on the direction that the shape is headed versus focusing on how the pose should look or should feel, so to speak. And maybe that will offer a little bit more exploration and freedom of movement in the pose and in the shape so that you can really create your expression and your experience exactly as you need it to today. And so that's kind of where we're headed and what we're going to be focusing on. We'll move through a little bit of a slow flow style practice. We might build some heat and challenge the body a little bit. And we'll always have time to wind down, reset, and connect in a way that feels grounding and serving for your space. So as you become ready, you're welcome to find a comfortable seated position. The backs of the hands will rest towards the legs and the palms will face up, and you can gently begin to soften your gaze. The eyes might even start to close all the way if that feels comfortable in your space today. And as you begin to take this moment to transition into your space on your mat, you might begin to notice already if there are any attachments to how you arrive here, to how you're showing up on your mat today. If there's any expectations surrounding the way the breath is moving through the body, any expectations for the mind or the energy in the body, I invite you to let the expectation begin to dissolve. And as expectation dissolves and starts to melt away, maybe there's more opportunity to connect to your breath exactly as it is arriving here and now. Noticing the way your breath is moving through your body. And as you breathe in, feeling each and every moment of the inhale, filling you up a little bit more. And each and every moment of the exhale. Noticing that on your breath in, you're not necessarily focused so much on the top of the breath and getting there as fast as you can, but really enjoying the direction the breath is headed as it moves in through the nostrils and the direction the breath is headed as it moves out of the nostrils. You might begin to invite the breath into the low belly, allowing each inhale to fill the low belly and each exhale to settle the belly. Taking about 3 more rounds, breathing into the low belly and out. Good. Twice more at your pace. As you become ready, allow your next inhale to let the breath rise from the low belly all the way towards the ribs. Inhale, starting at the low belly, rising all the way to the ribs. And the exhale settles the ribs and then the belly. And follow that for 3 rounds, extending the breath from the belly, through the ribs, and settling the ribs and the low belly. And taking that twice more, again, at your pace. And finally, as you breathe in this next round of inhale, we'll draw the breath from the low belly to the ribs and all the way up to the collarbones. And the exhale will settle the collarbones, settle the ribs, and settle the belly. Inhale to fill all the way up. And exhale, release. Twice more, breathe in. And out. Beautiful. One more time. And slowly allow the eyes to begin to blink open as the hands meet in front of the heart. With the hands in front of the heart, take your gaze towards your hands, connected in front of this heart space. And as a gesture to ground you in this present space, you might notice anything that rises here, any quality, thought, mantra that can be a guide for your practice. I invite you to let this intention, let this quality be the place you return to, especially if you drift away to faraway journeys, finding yourself returning here and now. We'll take one more breath. As you exhale, the hands will land towards the knees. Gently lift up your chin to open your eyes. Good. And extend the legs forward, shake out the legs. We'll find ourselves in a seated position to begin with the legs extended forward. You can pedal out the feet, point and flex the toes. Maybe you rotate the ankles in one direction, bring some blood flow back into the feet, rotating the ankles in the opposite direction. And then allow the body to kind of shake to stillness. Separate the feet a little bit wider than the hips, maybe about as wide as the narrow width of your mat. On your inhale, we'll reach the fingertips into the sky. As you exhale, begin to lean the heart forward. Maybe the hands land towards the toes or towards the shins. On your next inhale, sweep the arms high, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, lean the heart forward and fold. Twice more like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale, surrender the heart forward. Inhale, rise. This time, as you exhale and surrender forward, the hands can land wherever feels best. And then start to sway from side to side, letting the shoulders rest towards the left leg and then the right. Maybe you even find movement in the feet and the toes pedaling out of the feet as you move from side to side. And then we'll let the body sway to stillness, folding forward towards the central space for 3 full rounds of breath. On your next inhale, begin to lengthen the spine, growing the crown of the head towards the sky. Slide the hands behind the hips, bend the legs at the knees. Feet will come about hips distance apart. Ground into the feet to press the hips towards the sky, coming into a reverse tabletop. Take a breath in, steady breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, the seat reaches for the mat once again. Take your hands to the knees. Breathe in to lift the heart. On your exhale, press into the hands to spread the shoulder blades wide. Inhale to lift the heart, lift the gaze. The chest will move towards the legs. As you exhale, back of the heart presses behind you. Maybe pull onto the shins. 3 more rounds like that with an upright cat-cow position. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2 times, breathe in and out. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, find a neutral position with the spine. Reach the arms into the sky. Start to circle the wrists overhead. Maybe you circle them in one direction for 3 rounds and then the opposite direction for another 3. And slowly the body comes to stillness. Shake the arms out, releasing any tension in the arms and the shoulders. And the hands will land by the hips. Cross one ankle in front of the other and begin to walk the fingertips forward, making your way into a tabletop position. Once you've adjusted your way here, the wrists will stack somewhere under the shoulders, knees will be somewhere under the hips. Taking on cat-cow stretching, noticing any mobility in the spine that's already there from our movements previous to this. Inhale to look up, shoulders move onto the back, the tailbone lifts and the belly button drops. On your exhale, press into the hands and spread your shoulder blades wide. Inhale to look up, shoulders draw into the back body. Exhale, press into the hands, round the spine. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, create a neutral position with the spine. We'll reach the arm out to, we'll reach the right arm out to the right side. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, reach the fingertips by the ear. Inhale, the right hand comes to the base of the skull. And then as you exhale, peel the right arm, peel the right elbow towards the sky, look up. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, draw the right elbow. Imagine it's coming towards the left wrist. Inhale, open right elbow out to the side. Exhale, right elbow moves towards the left wrist. Inhale, reach the right elbow high. Exhale, send the right elbow towards the wrist. Last time, breathe in to reach the arm into the sky. As you exhale, the elbow moves towards the wrist. Hold here for 3, 2. On 1, take the elbow out into almost a T position. Extend the right arm out into that T position fully, and then let right hand land under right shoulder. Take a breath into reset, look up and lift halfway. On your exhale, press into the hands, spread the shoulder blades. We'll begin to switch sides. Inhale into a neutral position with the spine. Exhale to get grounded in your space. Inhale, left arm reaches out to the left side. Exhale, left arm by the ear. Inhale, left hand reaches for the base of the skull. And as you exhale, peel the heart open, left elbow reaches high. Breathe in. On your exhale, the left elbow moves towards the right wrist. Inhale, open the elbow skyward. Exhale, send the elbow towards the wrist. Inhale to open. Exhale to ground. 2 more times, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale. Exhale, this time hold here for 3, 2. On 1, start to open all the way back up into that neutral position. Inhale, the left arm out to the side. As you exhale, left hand lands under left shoulder. 1 round of cat-cow, neutralizing the energy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, find that neutral position with your spine. Walk the hands forward about a handprint in front of you. Curl the toes and press the hips up and back into downward facing dog. This might be your first downward dog of the day, so maybe you pedal out the feet and find movement. Maybe stillness today feels really great, so you hold in stillness. We'll take about 3 full breaths, exploring your own space and navigating what feels good in your body today. And then slowly breathing to stillness. And as you find a sense of stillness, even if it feels like we've landed in something of a destination, noticing the movement that's here, the movement of energy, the movement of breath. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. Start to lift your right leg into the sky. Bring your right leg behind your left, connect the pinky toe sides of the feet. You might bend into your left knee a little bit to get there, or the heels might be lifted. Any shape is really welcome. Just noticing the kind of extension through the outside of the right hip, all the way down the hamstring, all the way towards the heel. And even if the heels are not touching the mat, sending them in that direction, maybe you press the hips towards the sky a little bit more. One more breath like this. And then reach your right leg back into the sky on your inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come onto the fingertips. If you have blocks, this is a great place for blocks under the hands. Begin to sway forward and back. Maybe you breathe in to reach the heart forward and breathe out to extend your right leg. Finding any movements that offer you some space in this shape or in these shapes. Then as you're ready, the body starts to sway to stillness. Gently begin to lower your left knee to the mat. Breathe in to lift the heart. On your exhale, left hand grounds to the mat. Inhale, right arm reaches into the sky. And then exhale, send the right hand back towards the mat. Twice more like that. Inhale to lift the right arm. Exhale to lower. Good. Inhale and exhale. This time, keep the right hand down inside the right leg. From here, we'll turn the left toes towards the right side of the mat. Right hand will stay down. Begin to extend your left arm high, coming into a variation on side angle, Trikonasana. Finding some expansion through the inner edge of the right hip. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale, the left fingertips will lead. The right arm floats away from the mat, finding a variation of warrior two. From here, you might need to inch your right foot forward a little bit to extend your right leg, coming into gate pose. We'll breathe in here. On your exhale, right hand lands to right shin, left arm starts to sweep over the ear. And taking on gate pose for 3 full rounds of breath. And your next inhale, come back through a T position with the arms. Keep the legs just like this as you exhale, left hand reaches towards the left knee, right arm starts to sweep over, creating some space at the right side body. One more breath here. Then begin to bend your right leg at the knee. Once again, maybe you slide it back, coming into your warrior two shape. Cartwheel the hands down inside the right foot, turn the left toes behind you, step back into a plank pose. From your plank pose, lower the knees to the mat, bring the chest and the chin to follow, slide the heart forward, come into a low cobra, and then melt the heart towards the mat, come back to your downward facing dog. We'll take 2 full rounds of breath in this space before moving to the next side. From this downward facing dog, we'll begin to extend our left leg into the sky. Start to cross your left leg behind your right. The outer edge of the feet will meet. So pinky toes start to meet. Maybe you rise onto the toes or bend into the knees. Wherever you are, trying to press the hips towards the sky. So the seat is reaching towards the sky. Heels are reaching towards the mat. Finding that deep extension to the left leg. Taking about 3 more full rounds of breath, and maybe you even push the back of the right knee into the front of the left knee to find an expansion through the right hamstring as well. We'll take 1 more breath here. And slowly send the left leg into the sky. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand and lower your, well, don't lower your right knee yet. And from here, maybe you take blocks under the hands or rise into the fingertips. We'll begin to sway forward and back. In movement here, noticing what feels best. So maybe it's a gentle extension, maybe it's full extension in your, maybe it's a gentle extension through the left leg as you rock forward and back. Finding about 2 more breaths here. And then the body can find stillness. The right knee will start to land. As you inhale, left arm reaches into the sky. Exhale, left hand lands towards the mat. Inhale, send left arm high. Exhale, left hand lands. Once more, breathe in to reach the left arm high. On your exhale, left hand lands inside the left foot. From here, turn the right toes towards the left side. This time, left hand stays grounded, right arm starts to reach into the sky, taking on your Parsvakonasana side angle variation. And in this variation, using the arm connected to the leg to find a deeper opening through that whole left hip. Just 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, inhale to float up into a warrior 2 shape. As you exhale, extend your left leg. Maybe you slide the left heel forward a few inches. Take a breath in, and then exhale, left hand lands, right arm starts to sweep over the ear. Inhale, move back through center. Exhale, right hand towards the right knee, left arm reaches to the sky. 2 full breaths. And then on your next inhale, back through a warrior 2 shape. As you exhale, cartwheel both hands down inside your left leg. Turn your right toes behind you. Lift your right knee away from the mat and step back into plank. Lower knees, chest and chin, or full chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra on an inhale. And then your exhale brings you back downward facing dog. Taking 3 full breaths once again in this downward dog. And as you find yourself here, taking time to take almost an inventory of your space. Always taking these moments to check in, to notice the journey and honor the journey. On your next inhale, gaze forward towards the hands. And as you're ready to exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale to look up and lift halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach arms into the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands land in front of the heart. Good. Inhale, reach the arms into the sky. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, look up, lift halfway, hands move towards the shins. Exhale to fold once again. Inhale, reach your arms into the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands land towards heart center. Beautiful work. 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up and lift halfway. Exhale to fold once again. Inhale, reach your arms into the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands land towards the heart. Last time, breathe in, reach the arms into the sky. Exhale to fold. Inhale, look up, lift halfway. Exhale, fold once again. Inhale, reach your arms high. As you exhale, hands land in front of the heart. And take 2 full rounds of breath with your hands resting here. On your next inhale, reach the arms into the sky. As you exhale, begin to fold over the legs. Inhale to look up and lift halfway. Exhale, ground the palms into the mat, step back into plank. From here, begin to rock the weight forward and back, maybe side to side or in full circles if that feels good. Warming up through the wrists a little bit more. And then when you're ready, the body can find stillness. Send the hips into the sky, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your next inhale, your right leg will sweep high. As you exhale this time, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, take your arms into the sky, high crescent pose. Exhale, settle the hips towards the earth. Breathe in here. Exhale to extend your right leg. Inhale, bend the leg at the knee. And exhale to extend. Notice if the balance is a little wavery as you move through a bent knee and extended leg. Taking about 3 more rounds with your breath at your pace. Inviting in any wiggles and wobbles that are taking form. We have 1 more round. And then start to bend the leg at the knee once again. Take the hands to heart center, breathe in here. As you exhale, send the left heel towards the mat, warrior 2. Good, take a breath in here. And then press the hands out to either side, extending the arms into your warrior 2 shape and finding a moment to pause. Even as we honor and cherish the direction the poses are headed, noticing how we arrive in the shape. And sometimes feeling that moment of arrival can shift the journey. And we can notice what feels good and what doesn't, and make adjustments from there. We just have one more breath here. And then take your gaze towards the mat on the inside of your right foot. Start to cartwheel the left hand to meet the mat, sweeping the right arm into the sky as you pivot onto the ball of the left foot, finding your crescent twist. Breathe in here and out. One more inhale. And then exhale, right hand will land to the mat. Step your right foot to meet the left. Lower the knees, then the chest and the chin. Slide the heart forward, low cobra or upward facing dog. And then back to downward facing dog. One deep breath in, long, steady breath out. On your next inhale, left leg reaches high. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Rise into a high crescent pose, breathe in. Exhale, settle here. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale to extend, and exhale to bend. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale here. Exhale to settle. This time, hands land in front of the heart. Take a deep breath into this heart space. As you exhale, right heel will meet the mat. Hands remain in front of the heart. Take one breath in. And then exhale, press the hands into warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. We'll take 3 full steady breaths here. And the gaze can land wherever it feels most comfortable. Maybe movement feels good here, and maybe stillness feels good. Just one more breath. And then bring your gaze toward the mat on the inside of your left foot. Start to cartwheel your right hand down as you sweep the left arm into the sky and pivot onto the ball of your right foot, taking on your crescent twist. We'll breathe in here. Long, steady exhale. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, left hand lands to the outside of the left foot. Step back into plank. Move through a flow, any variation of one that will land you in downward facing dog. And from here, taking on 3 full rounds of breath. And when you're ready, gaze forward between the hands, walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to look up and lift halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach your arms into the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring hands to land in front of the heart. Beautiful work. Inhale, stretch the arms high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, look up, lift halfway. Exhale, fold once again. Ground the palms into the mat, step back into plank. Lower knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra on a breath in. And then your exhale brings you back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, sweep your right leg into the sky. Step your right foot forward in between the hands, rise into a high crescent pose. Good. We'll take a breath in here. As you exhale, let the hands land in front of the heart. Inhale, extend your right leg. Good, exhale, bend into the right knee. On this inhale, we'll step the left knee towards the heart space. Maybe you step to the top of the mat first, and then bring the left knee up. We'll take one breath in here. As you exhale, start to lean the heart forward and send the left leg back. Maybe you softly bend into the right knee to find a sense of stability as you move into warrior 3. We'll take on 1 full breath in, a steady breath out, and then keep bending into the right knee to let the ball of the left foot land and rise back into your high crescent pose. Inhale, exhale into warrior 2. Inhale here, and exhale to settle. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, left hand lands to the left leg, right arm reaches over the ear, reverse warrior. Again, even as we land in a shape, noticing the movement that still takes form. The breath is still in movement. The energy is still in movement. Maybe the mind is even in movement. On your next inhale, move through warrior two. As you exhale, extend your right leg. Reach the right fingertips forward towards the shin, the foot, or the floor, wherever the hand wants to land as you make your way into Trikonasana, triangle pose. 2 full rounds of breath. And start to bring your gaze towards the mat on the inside of the right foot. From here, we'll cartwheel the left hand down, bend into the right knee, pivot onto the ball of the left foot, and sweep the right arm into the sky. Take a breath in. Long, slow breath out. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your gaze towards the top right corner of the mat. This time, right hand circles towards the mat. Press into the right foot to lift the left leg and sweep your left arm into the sky, Ardha Chandrasana, half move. Now it's weird and twisty in these shapes that we're taking on. The invitation is to allow the movements to be as fluid as the breath, to let go of the expectation of where we think the shape should be. And maybe in this pose, just focusing on a lift in the energy, even if the back leg is still grounded to the mat. We just have 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, the left hand lands, square the left hip, coming into your standing splits. We'll take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale to look up and lift halfway. Exhale, plant the palms into the mat, step back into plank, move through a flow. That will take you into downward facing dog. We'll all meet here when you're ready. And in this downward dog, you have an opportunity for 5 full breaths. If downward dog doesn't feel serving in this moment, you have opportunity to take child's pose. This practice is always yours. And everything I say here is really a recommendation or a suggestion, but it's never a requirement. So find what lands best for you. We have 2 more breaths. And then we'll make our way back into downward facing dog if you're not already there. Left leg reaches for the sky on an inhale. Step your left foot forward in between the hands. Rise into a high crescent pose, breathe in. Exhale, hands land in front of the heart. Inhale, extend your left leg. Long, steady breath out. 1 more inhale here. And then exhale, bend your left leg at the knee. Good. Start to lean the heart forward, and sending all the weight into this left foot will draw the right knee towards the heart, standing tall on your left foot. Take a breath in and a breath out. 1 more inhale. And when you're ready, sending the right leg behind you, maybe a soft bend in the left knee to offer this variation of warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. And keep bending into the left knee to surrender the right foot to the mat. Rise into a high crescent pose as you breathe in. Exhale right into warrior 2, right foot meets the mat. Open the arms into a T position. Inhale here. Exhale. Start to send your right arm down your right leg, left arm sends over the ear. Coming into reverse warrior. And then begin to extend your left leg, cartwheel the hands forward, and then left hand meets the shin, the foot, or the floor for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Creating a sense of flow within the body within these shapes. And as the body gets more familiar with the flow that we're moving through, maybe the shapes become more easeful. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, gaze comes towards the mat on the inside of the left foot. Cartwheel the right hand down to pivot onto the ball of the right foot, and left arm reaches for the sky. Coming into your crescent twist. We'll breathe in here and breathe out. 1 more inhale. And then left hand circles towards the top left corner of the mat. Lift your right leg and sweep your right arm into the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. 2 full rounds of breath. And slowly surrender the right hand to the mat. Square the right hip. Step right foot to meet the left at the top of your mat. Hold on to opposite elbows, sway from side to side. And as you sway the body from side to side, letting the breath become full once again, and then allow the body to come to stillness. Ground the palms into the mat. Step back into plank. Move through a flow that will take you back into your downward facing dog. Taking 5 full breaths once again, or being in choice and maybe taking on child's pose, maybe rock pose where you're seated on the heels. Totally up to you within these next 5 breaths, finding a space of groundedness and of relative ease. Beautiful work. And even taking this time to ground into all that you've accomplished so far here on this mat. Even if connecting to your breath is all that you've done here, that is a beautiful and perfect practice. And we have one more breath. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog with our right legs in the sky. Begin to step your right foot forward in between your hands. Rise into your high crescent pose. Once again, breathe in. As you exhale, extend your right leg, hands land in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the leg at the knee. Inhale, left knee moves towards the heart. Exhale, begin to transition into your warrior 3. One breath in. On your exhale, the ball of the left foot lands. Inhale, reach the arms into the sky. And then exhale, warrior 2. Connecting breath to movement. Breathe in here. Exhale, reverse. Inhale through warrior 2. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your left hand down. Bend your right leg at the knee. Reach your left arm into the sky. One inhale. Exhale, take your right hand to the top right corner of the mat. Lift your left leg. Lift your left arm into the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. One breath in. Exhale, left hand lands. Square the left hip, standing split. Take a breath in. This time as you exhale, ball of the left foot lands behind you. Slide the hands to frame your right foot. Send your right leg into the sky, 3-legged dog. Step right foot next to the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, move forward into plank. Lower, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on a breath in. And then back into downward dog. Good, 2 full rounds of breath. And as we connect breath to movement, notice where it is and what poses it is that you can kind of access the breath and reground into the breath. On your next inhale, left leg reaches into the sky. Step left foot forward in between the hands. Breathe into a high crescent pose. As you exhale, left leg extends, hands land in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, draw the right knee towards the heart. Exhale, begin to move into warrior 3. One breath in. Exhale, the ball of the right foot lands. Inhale, reach into your crescent pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, reverse. Good. Inhale as you land. And then start to transition into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe in here. On your exhale, right hand lands to the mat. Bend the left leg at the knee. Sweep the left arm into the sky. Revolve crescent. One breath in. Left hand lands to the top left corner of the mat as the right leg lifts, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release the right hand to the mat and square the right hip. One more inhale. And then ball of the right foot lands behind you. Slide the hands to frame your left foot. Send the left leg into the sky, 3-legged dog. And then left foot lands next to the right, downward facing dog. Option to move through a flow. Option to hold in downward dog. From here, we'll all meet in our downward dog. When you're ready, rise onto the toes, bend into the knees. Let the hips move towards the heels, coming into child's pose. We'll take about 3 full breaths here. Recollecting the breath, settling into this space. We'll build on that flow once more. We'll just do a few add-ons if you'd like to build a little more heat in the body. And if that flow is really landing, allow yourself to stay within that. Very similar movements. And so you'll be able to take on those same variations if that feels good. When you're ready, we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Your right leg will come into the sky. Step right foot forward in between the hands, rise into a high crescent pose on an inhale. As you exhale, hands land in front of the heart. Inhale to extend your right leg. Exhale, bend into the knee once again. Inhale, left knee towards the heart. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale into your crescent. Inhale to reach the arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose. One inhale. Cartwheel the left hand down, revolved crescent. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And then let your right hand ground to the top right corner of the mat. Lift your left leg, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Take a deep breath in. Maybe this time you go for a bind where you bend the left leg at the knee and hold on to the left foot. Ardha Chandra Trikonasana. Maybe you leave that variation. One more breath. If you do have the foot, begin to release it. Everybody, left hand lands under left shoulder, square your left hip. Take a deep breath in to look up and lift halfway. As you exhale, ball of the left foot lands. Slide both hands under the shoulders. Lift your right arm into the sky and roll to the outside of your left foot. Option to walk the right foot towards the center of the mat and stay right here. Option to stack right foot on top of left. Vashisthasana side plank. One more inhale. On your exhale, right hand will land. If your right foot's at the center of the mat, step it back into plank, move through a flow, and we'll meet in our downward dog. And again, we'll repeat that on this next side. If the first flow was working, stay there. Left leg into the sky when you're ready. Step your left foot forward in between the hands. Take on a high crescent pose. As you exhale, hands land in front of the heart. Inhale to extend your left leg. Exhale, bend the left leg at the knee. Inhale, carry the right knee towards the heart. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale, ball of the foot lands. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, warrior two. One inhale. On your exhale, you'll find reverse. Breathe in and out. Inhale takes you through warrior two. And then your exhale moves you into Trikonasana triangle pose. Just one breath. When you're ready, the right hand lands. Bend the left leg at the knee. Reach your left arm into the sky, revolve crescent. Good. Take a breath in. And then cartwheel your left hand to the top left corner of your mat. Lift your right leg. Open up into Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Maybe you go for that bind, and maybe not. If you have the bind, gently begin to release it. Everybody, right hand lands to the mat. Inhale to look up and lift halfway. Exhale, ball of the right foot lands. Slide both hands under the shoulders. Right hand will stay down. Left arm will come into the sky. Option to stay right here, to roll to the outer edges of the feet, or walk the left foot towards the center of the mat. Maybe you stack the feet at the back of the mat. Wherever you're going, one more breath. And then when you're ready, left hand lands. Come into plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. And then back to downward facing dog. And here, we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out of the mouth. Twice more like that. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh it out of the mouth. One more time. Breathe in and out. Good. Shift the weight forward into plank pose once again. Lower all the way to the mat. Stack the palms in front at the top of the mat, rather one palm on top of the other. And then the forehead will rest to the top hand. We'll take 2 full rounds of breath like this. Seeing if you could even access that 3-part breathing that we did at the beginning of this practice. Maybe you can invite that in here. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, and the collarbones. And breathing out to release the collarbones, the ribs, and the belly. Just 2 more breaths like this. And then we'll slowly slide the hands under the shoulders. Begin to press your way through a tabletop position back into downward facing dog. As we move into pigeon pose, the right leg will reach into the sky. Draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Right ankle will move in the direction of the left wrist. It does not have to come towards the left wrist fully, so the shin doesn't have to be parallel to the front of the mat. Maybe you sway from side to side. Maybe you invite in some props. Maybe you take the shape from the back body where you'll lie flat on the back and create a figure 4 with the right ankle crossing over the left knee. Once you're ready to settle, allow the body to sway to stillness and let the forearms connect to the mat. Taking 10 full rounds of breath here, and maybe with the knowledge that we're settling here for quite a bit, the eyes soften to close. And you let the breath begin to settle. We're about halfway there. As you notice sensation rise in the body, allow that sensation to take form without trying to change or shift anything, and allowing these sensations to be present exactly as they need to be. And slowly begin to press into the hands. From here, we're going to shift our seat onto the right hip and then circle the left leg around. The right foot will be towards the inner left thigh. If you're reclined on the back body, I invite you to rock up to a seated position where your right knee is bent and connected to the inner left thigh. On your inhale, reach your arms into the sky. As you exhale, pivot the heart over your left leg and begin to fold over that left leg, reaching for the toes, for the shin. Maybe the hands are framing your left leg. Again, it doesn't really, reaching the toes isn't the epitome of the pose. There's no perfect pose. And so anything that feels good in your body today, focusing on the direction the energy is headed, moving the energy through the hamstring, through the calf, maybe even the foot, maybe even you feel it in the back body and the shoulders. And so wherever you're headed in this space creating, letting go of the idea that there's a perfect pose. There's no such thing. Exactly as you are is perfect. And then we'll slowly begin to rise all the way up. Walk the walk the right fingertips behind the right hip, press into the right hand to lift the seat away from the mat and reach the left arm over the ear. Take on 2 full rounds of breath here. And then slowly let the seat meet the mat once again. We'll walk the hands forward. This time, as you shift the weight to the right hip, circle the left leg behind you, ground into the hands to make your way back into downward facing dog. And then begin to pedal out the feet, find space in your downward dog. And we'll start to prepare for pigeon on the next side. So left leg reaches into the sky. Draw your left knee towards your left wrist, left ankle towards the right wrist. And then find space. Maybe you sway from side to side to get settled. Maybe you use the support of props, pillows, blocks, blankets. When you're ready, begin to walk the hands forward. Forearms connect to the mat. And as your forearms do connect to the earth, settling in for the next 10 breaths. So about 2 more breaths here. And slowly begin to press into your hands. Shift the weight onto the left hip and circle the right leg around. And the right foot will come out towards the right side. We'll reach the arms into the sky on an inhale. Pivot the heart to face over the right leg and then begin to surrender over the right leg. Hands land wherever is most comfortable. We have about 5 to 8 breaths here. Taking your time to settle into this shape and any variation that lands well for you. Just about 2 more breaths. And then slowly begin to walk the hands back towards the hips. Left hand will land behind the left hip. Right arm reaches into the sky. As you press into the knee and into the heel to reach the heart. One more breath. And then circle the hips towards the mat. Walk the hands forward. Lift the right seat away to step the right foot back. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Find 2 more breaths here. And then lower to the knees and take on child's pose. And when you're ready, no rush to get there. The hands will slide under the shoulders and you can begin to roll all the way up. And as you have a seat on your heels, collect the palms in the lap and take about 5 full rounds of breath here. And slowly begin to blink the eyes open, shift the weight to one side, extend your legs forward, shake out your leg. We'll begin in a similar movement to how we started today. So the feet can be at any width. It's totally up to you. Maybe the feet are wide, maybe the feet are narrow, maybe the feet are connected, whatever works for you. We'll take the arms into the sky. As you exhale, begin to fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, begin to fold. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale to fold. This time, hold here. Finding stillness, noticing and taking a moment to notice if there's any more depth in this shape, even if the depth is within the breath. As you're ready, begin to let the spine grow tall. Slide the hands behind the back body, bend into the knees to press the seat away from the mat. Reverse tabletop. 2 breaths. And then settle the seat towards the mat. Walk the feet forward slightly. Take the arms to frame the legs and begin to recline onto the back body. Once the back body is connected to the earth, we'll take a few moments to rest in stillness before taking on our final shapes. And simply noticing this transitional phase. Oftentimes we move through this life from place to place, from thing to thing, meeting to family to whatever it might be, without intentional moments of transition. We're so focused on the next destination that we forget to hold space for the movement to get there. And so as you transition from the more active shapes into the more grounded shapes, taking these breaths to connect here. And as you become ready, the right knee will draw towards the heart. Begin to take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and move the knee across the body, finding your spinal twist. And if there is any other variation of this spinal twist that will serve you best, allow yourself to take that on. You might explore what it feels like to keep both shoulders rooted towards the mat in any capacity that feels good. And then we'll slowly draw the right knee back through center. Extend the right leg onto the mat and begin to switch sides. Left knee moves towards the heart. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and move the knee across the body. As you become ready, left knee moves back through center. This time, right knee will meet the left, begin to sway from side to side, giving the back body a little bit of a massage. And slowly, the body can come to stillness and find your most comfortable and effortless way of being here. Maybe that's reclined with no props. Maybe you use a blanket, a bolster, pillows, creating the environment that will support you best. That might be lying on the side body, and it might be in a seated meditation today. And so, wherever this journey is taking you, give yourself permission to explore what works best for you in this moment and to land there. And as you find yourself landing in this shape, take as much time as you need here to reset, to rest, and reground in the journey that you are on. And let go of attachment to expectation, to should be's, and to destination. And as you find yourself in this moment, take this time to give yourself permission to rest as you settle into Shavasana. And when you're ready to move out of this shape, take a mindful moment in a seated position to transition back into your day. Again, at any time that feels best for you. Allow your hands to meet in front of the heart to seal in your practice and bow in towards your heart. May you always be reminded of this heart, of your connection to this space in all that you do, say, and think in your practice on and off of this mat. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me on any platform that feels right. Be well.